Yo, what is up guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. Welcome back yet again everybody. We are back with another fragrance review today on my beautiful day off. Yes, it's a great day off so far, and this is after 12 hours of grueling ICU nursing. I'm back yet again with another fragrance review, and this one right here is a 2022 fragrance that in my opinion is building up the hype right now. It is building up the hype. Now this fragrance review should have been done a month ago guys, but I just want to share this real quickly. I was ready to review this a month ago. This was locked and loaded. However, the sample of this fragrance is, in my opinion, the sneakiest sample ever in my collection. For some reason, I always misplaced this sample, much like Diaghilev. I don't know where Diaghilev is right now. But this fragrance, it's so funny. It has a red sticker and it was always missing. It's always misplaced. But finally, I have it with me. Let's finish this review right now. And the fragrance that we will be talking about today is none other than Kajal Almaz. Kajal Almaz right here is our fragrance review of the day. 2022 fragrance from the house of Kajal. This fragrance right here has been building some hype. Even some rookie reviewers are talking about it like it's the greatest fruity scent ever or the greatest of 2022. Well, that might be the case if you haven't smelled other fruity Middle Eastern perfumes. But in my opinion, okay, and I don't mean to jump the gun, in my opinion, Kajal Almaz was made as a direct competitor to another popular, well-established, fruity Middle Eastern fragrance out there. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, Kajal Almaz, what does the word Almaz mean, right? In Arabic, what does Almaz mean? This means diamonds, okay? Almaz means diamonds. And when we think about the context of diamonds, right, what's the first thing that comes into mind? Definitely the phrase, diamonds are forever. When we think about diamonds are forever, do we think about the guys? No. We think about engagement rings, right? And that is more focused, obviously, for the ladies. But of course, no matter what the intent is, once the fragrance releases to the general public, that's where a lot of this changes, because as you know, in the fragrance community, a lot of us wear unisex fragrances. Some of us wear pretty unisex, right in the middle fragrances, and some women wear masculine leaning fragrances, and some guys actually wear femme leaning fragrances. So there's no such thing. So I'm gonna drop my opinion on this, guys. Obviously, is this unisex? Is this really made for a woman? I'll talk about it today, and I will dispel and debunk a lot of the hype brewing with this fragrance, because as you know, a lot of these reviewers, some rookie reviewers, are actually hyping this up like the best fruity fragrance ever. Now, without further ado, and before I misplace this sample, let's go spray this thing right now. Okay guys, let's talk about Kajal Almaz. On the top notes, you are going to have bergamot, Amalfi lemon, blackcurrant, as well as orange right here, guys. Now, how would I describe this opening? First and foremost, guys, the opening is very, and I mean very impactful, guys. It's a very impactful opening. That's actually one of the things I look for in fragrances, is having an impactful opening, unless it's supposed to be this aromatic draw-in type of fragrance. But mostly, guys, if you are generally gonna wear perfumes, it's good to have a very impactful opening, and this is what this fragrance does. The opening notes come in with the backdrop of fruity blackcurrant and orange, guys. But in my opinion, the highlight for at least the first 15 to 20 minutes are gonna be the citruses. It's Amalfi lemon and bergamot. That is what is so different with Kajal Almaz. The first 20 minutes will give you that blackcurrant, orange, fruity vibe right from the get-go. But then it gives you this blast, this beaming blast of lemons. And in my opinion, guys, when I see Amalfi lemon on the notes, for some reason, this is like a strong lemon, a beaming lemon. And that's precisely what you get. You have a beaming lemon on top of these nice standard fruity notes. And so I think that this is what makes Almaz different than other fragrances that are fruity and strong. In my opinion, this one right here, the opening, is pretty unisex. Normally, fruity scents like this is more femme leaning, but with that addition of that strong, like lemonade blast in the beginning with the Amalfi lemons and bergamot, in my opinion, this one leans unisex, at least in the beginning. Now, this stage with the strong citruses on top of the fruity backdrop lasts about 20 minutes, guys, okay? And in my opinion, this is a wake up. You know, this is the wake up, strong impact. Smells really unique because it's got the lemons though, type of opening right here. And then what I like about this fragrance after 20 minutes is that there is gonna be another very likable fruity note that takes over from the Amalfi lemons. And this is a very prominent note in this fragrance, and that's none other than raspberry right here. So raspberry picks up from the lemons. And I think that that continuum is just absolutely beautiful because you have the fruity backdrop of orange and blanccurrant, but it's that overarching lemons to raspberry that I really, really like. And why do I like this, guys? I like this because there are no gaps with this fragrance. Like, if you were put in a good mood by the Amalfi lemons on top of the fruits, in my opinion, it continues on pretty quickly into the raspberry. So that good feeling that you had on the intro continues on hours and hours into the mid. Now, this first to mid part of Kajal Almaz, from the Amalfi lemons and fruits all the way to the raspberry, like I said before, is very impactful. It puts you in a continuous good mood, and in my opinion is unisex up to this point, guys. But I will tell you this, guys, I'll debunk this. This is not a beast mode fragrance. In my opinion, guys, this fragrance is not a beast mode fragrance. It is strong, but it is not a beast mode fragrance, because if it were a beast mode fragrance, there's no way you could use this on small circle, small room, or intimate encounters type of affairs. You're not gonna be able to wear it in those instances if this fragrance is in beast mode. With Kajal Almaz, however, guys, the initial impact of Kajal Almaz with that sillage and projection, in my opinion, yes, it is not a beast. However, this is the type of performance that I wish most fragrances had. It's strong. It is strong, no doubt. However, this fragrance can curve into something that can be worn in intimate situations or small space scenarios. There are some fragrances that should be strong, but not to the point of being overbearing, pushy, or possibly choking the other person. And in my opinion, this fragrance doesn't do that at all. This is huge for the wearer. Okay, this is huge for the wearer. And when I see the feedback, and I believe the person that introduced me to this, Susie, talked about this fragrance as the perfect vacation scent. Okay, and I've seen or heard that a lot of times with Almaz, and that's because it just puts you in the good mood. And like I said, there are no gaps. It's like good mood Amalfi lemon and fruits, good mood into the raspberry. And raspberry right here, guys, by the way, is a commonly used fruity note in Middle Eastern fragrances, not just with femme-leaning fragrances, but with masculine-leaning fragrances as well. This raspberry note is actually a pretty prominent note in Kajal Almaz. It does start early while there are still the fruity notes of orange and blanccurrant. It basically picks up from the Amalfi lemons, continuing the sensation, and then the raspberry does continue into the floral mid as well. So you'll get a pretty good dose of raspberry. Again, it comes in on the 20-minute mark, and I believe it lasts like the next 3 or 4 hours. Now, as the raspberry heads into the mid, and like I said before, that raspberry is so prominent that you are gonna smell it throughout the mid, and I'll tell you when it stops, the backdrop actually changes, guys. So from fruity with the blanccurrant and orange, now it shifts to a floral background for that raspberry right there. And the floral notes that pop up here in the mid as the backdrop to that raspberry are none other than orris and hedione, guys. Orris, as we know, this is the powdery floral, as well as hedione that smells like vanilla. It's got that vanilla-like smell, almond vanilla type smell. And when put together, guys, these two set up the dry down as well because of that powdery vanilla-like nature. These are florals that come in on the mid, and this one right here also continues that uplifting, like great vibes type of smell. Again, this will still put you on that beautiful mood because of these florals. Now this mid right here with the backdrop of Orris and Hedione with some raspberry, in my opinion, leans femme. Okay, in my opinion, this part leans femme. First part leans unisex. This part though, once the florals really pop out, and I'm not even talking about the rose, this part definitely leans femme to me. So if you're a girl though, you will possibly really like this mid right here on top of that impactful intro. 3 hours into this fragrance, guys, once you smell the raspberry go from a consistently strong raspberry to now a lingering raspberry, and the florals pop out more, this is that part where this fragrance curves. And that's what I mean by this fragrance is really not overbearing, because the opening part, yes, it is impactful, it is strong, it could take over a room. But man, this curve right here makes this fragrance now perfect for close scenarios, date night, intimate scenarios, because it starts going fade to black. And the Hedione, the vanilla-like smell, does set that up. As the raspberry lingers around, the rose does kick in, guys. And the rose here, in my opinion, is not going to take over the other notes. No, it won't. It won't be stronger than the other floral notes or the raspberry. But once you start smelling the rose 3 to 4 hours in, you are gonna start smelling like that curve, that nighttime fade to black scenario, because this rose is a semi-dark, kind of sweet rose, but it is still semi-dark, and it does curve this fragrance. And past that rose, you are gonna get that fade to black dry down right here. And it's a lovely gourmand dry down right here, because the prominent note that bridges from the mid is going to be none other than brown sugar. Brown sugar is that note that goes from the powdery Orris vanilla type of mid and goes into the dry down right here. And it is accompanied by musk, amber, sandalwood, as well as Madagascar vanilla. Yeah, so vanilla continues on from the Hedione, great continuity, but the powdery nature goes into the brown sugar. Now this lovely dry down right here with the brown sugar, the amber musk, sandalwood, and Madagascar vanilla that I love, this one here reminded me of a fragrance that I actually own that, in my opinion, has been copied, and some people say that it's femme, some people say it's unisex. This one right here, this part smells like Love Don't Be Shy. This dry down right here is very, very similar to the dry down of by Kilian's Love Don't Be Shy, minus the caramel. There's no caramel here, but the sugar amber musk accord with the vanilla that kind of smells like marshmallows. There's that marshmallow smell, a warming, comforting marshmallow smell here with the brown sugar in the dry down. Smells a lot like Love Don't Be Shy, guys. And with that being said, with that comparison, in my opinion, the dry down, which lasts pretty damn long, and I say damn long, in my opinion, this part is unisex, guys. Okay, so if we're talking about, is this fragrance unisex? I would say yeah, but you'd have to get past the mid. Okay, and the mid lasts like 3 to 4 hours, and then the rest is that kind of like that Love Don't Be Shy, brown sugar, amber vanilla type of dry down. So the intro is unisex, the dry down is unisex, the mid is femme leaning to me. And with that warm, comforting, gourmand dry down, guys, comes a nice, yummy fade to black ending to this fragrance. And that's what I mean by this is not a beast, because the actual uplifting wafts actually end somewhere in the mid, and from the mid to the dry down it becomes gourmand and sensual, guys. And so that's what I mean. This could be a room takeover scent, but this could also be an intimate encounters type of scent. This fragrance, Kajal Almaz, in my opinion, is a great complex fragrance, guys. Okay, and this is the type of fragrance that, in my opinion, if you want to impress others with your taste level and you want to show them something that is totally different than what they've ever smelled before, I think that this is it right here. This will celebrate the complexity of your choices, that you're a complex upscale individual that knows perfume more than others, because there's a lot of notes right here that are gonna hit them sideways and they never see it coming, such as the raspberry, such as the brown sugar and the vanilla Hidion, right? So these are notes that are really, really great. And in my opinion, it makes this fragrance unique and lovable. I think it's great as a weapon of choice if you are to wear it. Now, most people that have worn Kajal Almaz have said that this is the perfect vacation scent. And with that being said, in my opinion, this is really also for the wearer, guys. This is for the wearer as well. So not only is it a great potent weapon to use out there, you're gonna get compliments anyways, but this fragrance is for the wearer. It consistently, like I said, puts you in that great mood in the beginning with the uplifting whiffs, the florals, but then man, that dry down, that sensual gourmand dry down will also put you in the mood. So yeah, I do agree, this is for the wearer. This fragrance can be worn for casual instances, guys, but in my opinion though, the mid to dry down is just perfect for upscale, luxurious events. The popularity of this fragrance is mostly because of that first part to mid. Yes, it is impactful, but this mid to dry down though, in my opinion, for classy instances, guys, if you're gonna go to a soiree or a party, again, you're gonna hit them with notes that they probably don't expect, that smell really, really good together, but that fade to black, sensual, yummy gourmand dry down, I think is a highlight as well. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the performance of this is very, very good. And I wish, like I said, most fragrances were like Kajal Almaz. Why? Because the strength of each stage can be prominently smelled right here. It's not like the dry down disappears to obscurity and you're literally trying to smell it. It's a total skin scent already. It's not like that with Kajal Almaz. Every stage down to the dry down, it's sort of equal even. You can really smell every single stage, and that's what makes this fragrance worth it. Now, longevity wise, I would say this fragrance is easily over the 12-hour mark. But the crazy thing was, every time I tried this fragrance, like of course I would sleep at night, when I would wake up, this would still be on me. I could still smell it the next day. At least the vanilla, the amber, the brown sugar, I could still smell it the next day. So when you hear some people saying it lasts forever, in my opinion, yeah, it does last a pretty long time. Kajal Almaz, in my opinion, is definitely a must-own if you are looking for that strong, fruity perfume. But then Kajal Almaz is unique in its notes, guys. You're not gonna get the standard fruity fragrance. And in my opinion, this was made in direct competition with Arabian Oud's Madawi and Madawi Gold. Yes, that's what I think, guys, because when I sprayed this, the first thing I thought of was Madawi. I was like, Madawi is kind of like the fruity front runner from Arabian Oud. And as you guys know, recently they made a Madawi Gold, which is a unisex version of that. So who knows if Almaz was like the counter to all of that, because Almaz definitely is unisex in my opinion, and it does counter Arabian Oud's Madawi. It's really not brought up by other reviewers, probably because they don't do Middle Eastern scents. But yeah, in my opinion, this is a direct competitor to Madawi. This fragrance right here is an all-weather perfume. The first part of Kajal Almaz is definitely great for the summer. You've got uplifting whiffs, citruses and fruits, but also for nighttime engagements or even fall winter, this fragrance has enough comforting notes from the vanilla amber sandalwood as well as the rose to comfort you during these cold evenings or cold days, cold evenings. Either way, you can use this for any type of weather. And the strength right here, definitely Middle Eastern perfume. As you guys know, in the Middle East, that's a good thing. Everybody wears strong perfumes. So this is strong. I wouldn't say beastly to where it will choke anybody, but this is very, very strong. All right, so that is it. That is my review, my no hype review on Kajal Almaz 2022, the fragrance that just came out from the House of Kajal. Let me know on the comments below what you guys and gals think of this fragrance. I really want to know if you guys think that it's unisex, or does it lean femme for you guys? And did you also think of Madawi when you tried this one? Let me know on the comments below, guys. And thank you for liking and subscribing, guys. If you haven't done so, please do. It does help support the channel, guys. And there's really, truly a lot to unpack with this channel. Over 500 videos. I got Kajal Lamar, I got Kajal Dahab, and if you guys have other Kajal fragrances you want me to review, just comment it below and I will look into it. Alright guys, have a great Monday, have a great powerful week ahead. God bless. Peace.